Thank you very much. And it's very exciting to be here. Let me say good afternoon, and thank you for being here. And it's really been eye-opening, all the discussions we've been having since all along. And so I'm a member of the Law Pavilion team, and just like the citation says, I have my boss here, and every time we sit at the meetings, it will tell me that I am now the greatest cost center in the organization, because our job is to create all those solutions that we have to deal with and that we need to we use to solve so many of those problems. I'm going to speak briefly about JustEase, and we've said a lot of things about apps. Now, Law Pavilion has been known as a legal tech provider, and even here today, I've now gone to understand that there is a difference between legal tech and justice tech. Okay, so what we've done before till now has been to use technology to assist the lawyers in the legal space. And we have done that via the court management system, the case management system for both enterprise and for law firms. We have done that by curating law reports such that lawyers can have easy access. So along the line, a thought came on board that it seems as if we have concentrated so much on the lawyers, and really we have been able to use many of those solutions to resolve problems in those spaces. But apart from, assisting lawyers, when we talk about justice, what can we do for the larger society such that they also can be a part of the justice system that we are trying to create? And that's what brought about JustEase. Now, JustEase is an application that has some features to it, and that's basically what we're going to be talking about here today. And JustEase spelled Justease. And what we are trying to achieve with that is we want the general public as well to also have access to justice. So while the slides are going on, so Law Pavilion, one of the things that we always strive to do is to look at how can we use solutions, because part of what we discussed while we're at this meeting is that ideation is a very, very simple thing, and ideas are one and many, and they can be everywhere. But now you will hear what Mr. Olugasa said earlier on, when he said, when you want to build a product, it looks very straightforward until you start it. And then we've had successes, we've had failures, and we've also had those part of it that we think or we thought it won't work, and it became like a runaway success. We've had those that we started and it looked like it was a success until there was just a slight change to it, and then it brought out so many more and better results. Okay, so JustEase is, are we near it now? Okay, okay, good. All right. Moving, sorry, excuse me, forward. Okay. All right, thank you very much. So just to quickly run through this, it's not so much that we have on the slides. Introduction: access to justice is a fundamental pillar of any democratic society. I won't run through this because I believe we've already had a lot of discussion around this. But what is the problem statement? What's the problem statement? We first looked at inefficient justice system. And this is not something that we really want to overflog. There are stories that we have around this, and one popular one that I know we love sharing is a situation where we have a case started in court, and then the father ran through the whole court, through the whole case. Now the father used that case to send his own son to school as a lawyer. The son graduated and then picked up the case from where it was. Now the son ran with that case and then used that same case to send his own daughter to school. Now the daughter graduated. Now we are talking about 3 generations here. And then 30 years later, at the Supreme Court, they now said every one of their arguments, apologies, I'm not a lawyer, but every argument along the line actually had a fundamental flaw. They should go back to the trial court. Now, when we talk about inefficiency, oh, sorry, where's my slide? Okay, so when we talk about inefficiency, I think we don't have any other better definition than that. Then apart from that, apart from that, we have the limited citizen engagement. And we don't really need to say so much about this. Once a platform is inefficient, then nobody really wants to deal with it. Then apart from that, we have the insecurity. Now, I don't really need to say so much about this. Lawyers will say, reps ipsa locutor. The fact speaks for itself. Why? Everywhere, all around. In the past 4 or 5 years, I've not gone back home. I speak to my parents on the phone. And they will say, don't come. And I don't even want to go. And it's just like, we're going to stay down there. Okay? Why? Because everywhere is inefficient. Now, apart from this, apart from this, we have a lack of data-driven, decision making. So, my boss said it earlier on, that many times when we want to make some decision, it is made on the cuff of we just think and then we go ahead. But when we actually interrogate data, we'll discover that many times what we think is not as it is. For example, I was surprised when I was told of the court in Nigeria that has the highest caseload. Which court do you think that will be? Ma'am? You said what? High court, please. No. High court in Nigeria, the one that has the highest caseload. Ma'am? No, it's not Lagos. It's not Abuja. It's not Port Harcourt. We discovered it was Enugu. And they had Calabar, Anambra, sorry, not Enugu, it was Anambra. And when I went there to that court to train them, I discovered that they had only about, 15 judges. Lagos has over 100 judges. Now, when we start dealing with this, we will know that a lot of information is missing in the... so then there is also the urgent need for innovation. Okay, and why we have all this problem statement, that's what led us to solutions. Okay, so what solution did we actually think of? We thought of this app that we called JustEase. So the first thing is JustEase is able to give us something that we call a digital evidence bank. What does this do? Now, we are able to capture, I will just explain more how JustEase works. We are able to capture in real time what is happening. So we have something here that we call the panic button that you can use to, you can press it. And once you press it, it will just send notifications to all your panic bodies such that they will know that you actually have a challenge and then they can start, looking out for you. It also automatically starts recording all things that are happening within your environment. Now, apart from this, we also have another feature on it that you can record activities or anything that is going on. Just take a random record and then upload. Now, once you upload that, this digital, the digital evidence bank is able to store faces, and then we can use AI facial recognition and matching to actually pick the faces of anyone that has been brought to court, and we use it to check against all the data that has been uploaded on the platform. Now, apart from this, we also have access to justice. Now, what this also do is that now this our digital evidence bank is linked directly to quite a number of other operators like that. For example, the police, the multi-door courthouse in Nigeria, and so on and so forth, such that they also have access to this database. Okay, apart from this, we also have some solution statements that we thought of. So we can also do background check services on here. So how many of us have engaged the services of a help? Maybe a house help, domestic helps, drivers and all. Now, you don't need to be asking one lady or another. You can actually come on this platform and then you are able to put up the details of whoever you want to deal with, and you can get an history of what has happened concerning the person you want to engage. And then apart from that, it also has educational resources. Okay, so this one empower users with knowledge about their rights and duties. So for example, what is your civic right concerning certain situation? You are able to actually discover that also on the app. And then apart from this, we also have crime alerts and reporting. I already mentioned this. And so the idea behind this is that whenever there are any situation anywhere, you can easily just, take capture of what's going on. You can upload it. And then we are able to have a digital mapping of hotspots in Nigeria. Okay, so this crime alert and reporting, this one actually, an interesting thing is that each and every one of these features that we have here, there are stories behind it. Okay, so this last one, for example, I actually was a personal, I was involved in this in a personal capacity. Okay, in a personal capacity. So in this instance, I was going towards K2, and then there was this short distance between going off the road to K2 and then turning towards Ikorodu, and I was attacked. Now, a week before, my other colleague was attacked along the same road. Now, after that, someone else had been attacked. Now, the reason why I was rescued anyways, so police came around and rescued me. Now, the reason why they came to rescue me was someone was attacked at that spot, and the police was sure another person was coming to fall victim. Now, that second person was me. What we are saying is that when we have such spots, okay, and then I report on JustEase that, oh, I was attacked on here, and then another person reports, we start having something that we call an heat map that shows us that, okay, these are hot spots, in various parts of the community. So these are some of the things that we want to achieve with this application, such that even the government themselves can have a digital map of what is going on within their domain. So when we are talking about data, we are looking at crowdsourcing this data such that everybody can have an idea of what is going on. Another use case that we have for this is that you can even do a search on a property that you want to deal with, whether in terms of rent or in terms of purchase, and so much more. So JustEase is an idea that we already created, and then it has a second part of it that we call the JustEase dashboard. So the JustEase app is able to collect data crowdsourced by all of us, in its use, and then all the data is uploaded into this platform that we call JustEase dashboard, that the parastatals, government, and various other organizations connect to, and they are able to make informed decision, at every point in time. Thank you very much.